Good evening. Wow. Before I get into what I want to say, it's kind of funny actually. I work in an industry where you have to talk in front of millions of people, and right now I'm scared to death. So it's just kind of ironic how that works. First off, I just want to say thank you to Un for the kind introduction. Go Terps. And secondly, I just want to say thank you so much. To be recognized as the Lab School Alumnus of the Year is something I never even imagined would happen. I really, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, I truly am honored and accept this special award with gratitude and humility. When I first attended the Lab School as a scared and wary 6-year-old back in the spring of 1995, I imagined that the school would be much like the others I had attended overseas. Ones where standard curriculums and rote learning were the norms, and ones where kids like me were made to feel like there was something terribly, terribly wrong with us. Lab, I soon discovered, didn't operate under those same norms. In fact, it operated under a very different paradigm. Here was a school that developed and championed innovative teaching techniques and encouraged natural learning. On that first day of class at Lab, I was so anxious. Eager to please, but with a noticeable lag in language comprehension. Looking back now, I probably shouldn't have worried so much. But to my parents' great joy and relief, I couldn't wait to go back on the second day. There was so much to learn. In fact, thinking about it now, I remember wearing animal fur to learn about the Ice Age, sculpted my own David to see Michelangelo's vision. I remember sitting on a boardroom table to understand basic economics. I also learned how to write, deciphered math, and break down science experiments into understandable sequences for me. In fact, for this speech, I even incorporated a lab technique I learned way back in junior high. It's called a beginning, a middle, and an end. From there, my confidence soared as I learned to apply the tools I had been given by my amazingly patient and endlessly patient teachers. I hope they'll be glad to hear that I still use their techniques to this very day. It wasn't until May of 2007, when I received the first of 4 college acceptance letters, that I realized just how valuable my time at Lab had been. This amazing school and its devoted teachers and staff gave me confidence. The confidence to accept who I am, the confidence to advocate on my behalf with a professor during office hours, the confidence to be able to say in a 400-person lecture, I didn't quite get that the first time, and I don't care if it takes 20 minutes, could you say it one more time so I can get it better? More importantly, rather than carrying around the stigma of having a learning difference, now I consider it an advantage, especially in my profession, where the ability to tell a story is crucial. And I'm sure you can understand that as well. So when others see one way of telling a story, I might see it in a different way, a better way, depending on who you ask. In closing, I have one last thought to offer. Lab gave me the tools to overcome my learning difference and taught me how to use them. But it was left up to me to figure out how to deploy them and achieve my personal and professional goals. Lab taught me to be patient, to aspire, and to persevere. Lastly, I thank my family, especially my grandmother, Susan, who started at Lab shortly after me in 1998 as a volunteer teaching assistant. She went on to work in the admissions office and served as Lab's director of admissions from 1998 to 2013. My gran ushered hundreds of other kids with learning differences and their families through the doors of the Lab School and onto their own educational journeys of success. Gran, thank you for all you've done. And for my family and friends who have always been there for me, pushing me, understanding me, and never criticizing me, and always teaching me to go after my dreams. So thank you to you all. And lastly, most importantly, Sally Smith, the creator of this amazing school, who saw something inside of me after my first visit went horribly wrong. Horribly wrong. I did not let go of my father's leg the entire time. Somehow she saw something inside. She saw something and called us and said, come back for a second visit. And thank God she did. So I just want to say thank you to her. And again, to my family and friends. There were highs and there certainly were lows. But all of you were there with me at every step of the way. And because of your faith in me, I'm here today. Thank you so much again.